Hello, we're the PNC Newsgirls, Mia.
And Maya. Reading the news 6 days a week because you're too lazy.
Tuesday, September 12th, 2023.
Okay, finally got a short one.
Yay!
Extremes must be fought by extremes. Against the infection of materialism, against the Jewish pestilence, we must hold aloft a flaming ideal. And if others speak of the world and humanity, we say the fatherland, and only the fatherland. It felt like it.
Alright, we got 8 workers are injured after fire rocks Archer Daniels Midland processing soybean plant in Illinois. What? My brain does not understand. The explosion occurred at the East plant in the Archer Daniels Midland processing complex shortly after 7 p.m. on Sunday in Decatur, about 150 miles southwest of Chicago, the agriculture company said in a statement on its website. Okay, I think what had confused me is the name of the company's Archer Daniels Midland, which didn't make sense. Why would you name a company that? That makes no sense at all.
Okay. New platform, Sane Twitter/X competitor. Is that competitor? Yep. Threads blocks searches related to coronavirus vaccines. Threads, the app linked to Meta-owned Instagram and touted? I've never heard that
Touted,
yeah. Touted as a sane alternative to X, the platform formerly known as Twitter is blocking searches related to coronavirus and vaccines, per reports.
Ukrainians blame Zelensky for corruption. The vast majority of Ukrainians believe that President Vladimir Zelensky is at fault for widespread corruption in the country's government and military, a new study has revealed.
Okay. FDA approved new experimental COVID shots from Pfizer and Moderna?
Yeah, Moderna.
They haven't even addressed or conducted research on the damage the preceding COVID jabs have caused. You're much more likely to suffer from a jab than COVID. You'd be mad to take it.
All right then, poll column. What is going on? 3 separate coin shop owners shocked as their bank accounts suddenly shut down with no reason given. 3 separate coin shop owners have found their bank accounts suddenly shut down without any prior notice or explanation from their financial institutions. An Ohio-based coin shop owner recently took to YouTube to share alarming news. His regional bank, with whom he has been a customer for years, has suddenly decided to sever ties by closing all 6 of his business and personal accounts.
Yep. Susanna Gibson, a mother of 2 and Virginia Democratic candidate, performed inappropriate acts with her husband online and asked viewers to pay tips. Clips obtained by DailyMail.com show Suzanne Gibson, a nurse practitioner, is that practitioner?
Yes.
And a 40-year-old mother of 2, performing inappropriate acts with her husband online and encouraging watchers to pay them with tips for specific requests.
Alright then, the legitimization of child abuse. Now look at what child abuse consists of today. Parents who object to their children being brainwashed and indoctrinated in public schools into thinking they are in the wrong physical body, and parents who object to the chemical castration of their sons, to having their daughters' breasts removed, to having their children injected with substances to suppress their natural development, are said to be child abusers and have their children taken away from them. To be clear, child abuse is now institutionalized by authorities who commit child abuse, and parents are unable to protect their children from the abuse.
Okay. School rehires mentally ill man who pretends to be a woman, coach after he used girls' locker room and bathroom. According to PennLive.com, the school board rehired Sasha Yates on September 5th by a 6-2 vote after deadlocking 3-3 on the issue a few weeks earlier. Okay then.
American researcher has been rescued from deep Turkish cave more than a week after he fell ill. Rescuers pulled an American researcher out of a Turkish cave early Tuesday, more than a week after he became seriously ill. 1,000 meters, more than 1,000 meters, more than 3,000 feet below his entrance, officials said.
Okay. Yes, women would be better off as housewives. The numbers don't lie. But the claim that a single life is somehow more rewarding than raising a family is unbelievable and just not supported by facts. The culture of narcissism will tell you that mothers are regretful and bored with their traditional lives. Women who put off motherhood hold far more regret later in life than women who decide to become mothers and take care of the home. A 2002 study published in Sage Journals found that 50% of involuntary and 30% of voluntary childless mothers presented regret about not having children.
Alright, Monkey-Column. BLM Matyar Takia Young stole liquor bottles, drove into police officer before being shot. New surveillance video footage of Takia Young in the moments before her death on the Columbus, Ohio area has been released. Andy Nego reports. They show the pregnant woman. She has the long braided weave. What?
Hair.
Oh, hair, okay. Stealing liquor before leaving with two female accomplices. The theft alarm goes off as they quickly reach the parking lot. Young gets into a black Lexus sedan parked in a disabled spot.
Okay. After a migrant stabs German saleswoman to death, he is sent back to the same mental hospital he just escaped from. After an African migrant escaped from a psychiatric hospital in the German city of Wiesloch? What? Wiesloch? I don't know. And killed a 30-year-old saleswoman. He will again avoid jail time. Instead, he's being sent back to the same psychiatric clinic he just escaped from. The Green Party is now being blamed for the incident.
Alright, devastating storm sweeps eastern Libya, leaving many dead and missing. At least 27 people were reported dead Monday, September 11th, in eastern Libya after the Mediterranean storm Daniel caused devastating floods.
Hopes fade for survivors as Morocco quake toll passes 2,800. State television reported that the death toll has risen to 2,862, with 2,562 people injured. Rescuers said that the traditional mud brick houses... What? What? I have no idea what that says. I don't know. In the region reduced the chances of finding survivors because they had crumbled. I'm assuming it's the name of the mud houses?
Yeah.
Brick houses.
Alright. Working column. Biden admin commemorates 9/11 by announcing deal to pay Iran $6 billion to release U.S. hostages. Joe Biden has thoroughly embraced the United States. Embarrassed the United States over the last 24 hours, visiting a memorial to John McCain in Hanoi that was really a celebration of his capture, then thanking the Vietnamese for their sentiments about the Americans murdered on 9/11 without noticing the irony.
Okay then. Theodex cryptocurrency boss jailed for 11,196 years in Turkey for fraud. Just say life. Just say life. Facebook sharing button, Twitter sharing button, Reddit sharing button, whatever sharing button, sharing button, sharing button. A Turkish cryptocurrency boss and two siblings have been jailed for 11,196 years each for defrauding investors of millions of dollars, BBC reports. Who supported the Facebook sharing button to it?
That's happened before.
I think it's just, that's a thing that they forgot to cut out. Because, like, the A is capital.
Oh, yeah.
So that looks like that's the start of whatever it's supposed to be, and then they just accidentally yeeted all of that in. So.
Yeah. Alright, India, Saudi Arabia, Inc. 8 Pacts. Modi says partnership between two countries crucial for global stability. New Delhi, September 11th, PTI. India and Saudi Arabia on Monday decided to expedite implementation of the USD $50 billion West Coast refinery project and identified energy defense, semiconductor, and space as areas for intensified cooperation during talks between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Al Saud. Yeah, I will always laugh at their names.
No, these people's names, man. AOC posts a video about inflation being propaganda and it doesn't go well for her. As if to remind us that economics degree she took in college was worth, Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez put out a video declaring inflation propaganda and it didn't go well for her.
Alright, that is all. Thank you for listening to Mia.
And Maya, read the Plymouth Central homepage. Do all the good things.
Come back tomorrow for segregated news.